Imagine standing in line at your local coffee shop, watching the clock tick as you patiently wait for your turn. After 10 long minutes, you finally feel ready to place your order, only to have someone cut in front of you, completely disregarding your presence. It's frustrating, isn't it? You might be tempted to confront them angrily, to voice your displeasure, or perhaps you choose to remain silent, swallowing your irritation. But is there a better way to handle such moments of selfishness? Today, we're going to explore an ancient philosophy that offers a powerful approach to dealing with self-centered individuals: Stoicism. This isn't just about abstract concepts. Instead, we will journey back to the Roman Empire to see how three individuals from diverse backgrounds applied Stoic principles to navigate their encounters with selfish people. By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer understanding of how Stoicism can help you manage challenging interactions, whether with demanding customers, toxic friends, or scheming colleagues. So, let's step into the sandals of our Roman counterparts and uncover the timeless wisdom of the Stoics. Setting the stage, historical context. Before we delve into our characters, let's provide some historical context. Stoicism was founded in Athens around 300 BCE by Zeno of Citium, but flourished in the Roman world. By the 2nd century CE, Stoicism had become a dominant philosophical school, influencing a wide range of individuals, from enslaved people to emperors. At the heart of Stoicism is the belief that virtue, wisdom, justice, courage, and self-control are the only true goods, while external circumstances, including the actions of others, are indifferent to our happiness. The Stoics taught us to focus on what lies within our control, our thoughts and actions, while accepting the behavior of others as beyond our influence. Among the many Stoic philosophers, three stand out during this period. Seneca, 4 BCE, 65 CE, a wealthy statesman and tutor to Emperor Nero, who wrote extensively on applying Stoic principles to daily life. Epictetus, 55 to 135 CE, a formerly enslaved person who became a respected teacher known for his practical approach to Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius, 121–180 CE, the philosopher-emperor whose personal journal, Meditations, offers profound insights into Stoic thought. When confronting difficult people, these Stoic thinkers provided consistent advice. Seneca advised that the greatest remedy for anger is delay. Epictetus taught that when offended by someone's fault, we should turn our gaze inward to examine our own failings, and Marcus Aurelius reminded himself to be tolerant of others while being strict with himself. But how did ordinary Romans apply these lofty principles in their daily lives? Let's meet our first character. Character 1, Lucius, the Roman shopkeeper. Lucius rises before dawn as the first rays of sunlight paint the sky over Ostia's harbour. At 35, he has been running his small taberna shop for over a decade, selling everyday goods like oil, wine, bread, and vegetables to the bustling residents of this port city. As he prepares for the day ahead, Lucius takes a moment to reflect. He knows he'll encounter all sorts of customers, some pleasant and others difficult, but he feels ready. Each morning, Lucius reads a passage from Epictetus's Enchiridion, a popular summary of Stoic teachings. Today's reading reminds him that it is not the insults or abuses from others that provoke anger, but rather his perception of these actions. As he arranges his wares, he feels prepared to apply this wisdom. In practice, his first customer, Claudia, known for her sharp tongue, storms in, demanding a refund for bread she claims was stale. In the past, such accusations would have flared up his anger. But today, Lucius takes a deep breath and remembers Epictetus's teachings. He calmly replies, "I'm sorry to hear that, Claudia, While I can't offer a refund for bread purchased yesterday, I can provide you with a fresh loaf today at half price. Would that be acceptable? Claudia, taken aback by his composed response, grudgingly agrees and leaves with her discounted bread. Lucius feels a sense of relief, reflecting on how differently this interaction unfolded compared to past encounters. However, his stoic resolve is soon tested by Quintus, a wealthy merchant known for his arrogance. Quintus strides into the shop, barely acknowledging Lucius, and demands 10 liters of the best olive oil at an unreasonably low price. Lucius knows that this price is below his cost, but sees it as an opportunity to practice stoic virtue. He calmly explains, "I appreciate your business, Quintus. However, the best quality olive oil cost me 38 denarii per liter. I can offer you excellent oil at 35 denarii or the best at 40 denarii, as per the imperial edict. Which would you prefer?" Quintus scowls, but Lucius remains unperturbed. Remembering Marcus Aurelius's advice about maintaining a peaceful mind, he stands firm. "I understand your position, Quintus. I'm not trying to cheat you. I'm simply trying to run my business fairly." After some back and forth, Quintus reluctantly agrees to purchase the best olive oil at the fair price. Throughout the day, Lucius faces various challenging customers, from rowdy sailors attempting to haggle aggressively to a bureaucrat demanding preferential treatment. In each interaction, he applies Stoic principles by focusing on what he can control, his reactions and behavior, rather than the unyielding actions of others. By the time he takes a break for lunch, he feels a deep sense of satisfaction. Not because every interaction was smooth, but because he managed to uphold his principles and maintain his peace of mind. Lucius reflects on Seneca's words about the true measure of wealth, realizing he possesses enough to live comfortably and has cultivated the inner strength to face life's challenges with tranquility. Character 2. Valeria. The wealthy Roman matron as dawn breaks over the luxurious villa on Palatine Hill. Valeria, a 40-year-old matron of senatorial rank, begins her day. Born into wealth and married to an even wealthier senator, Valeria's life is filled with privilege, but also intricate social obligations. Her morning routine includes a moment of quiet reflection, during which she reads from the writings of Musonius Rufus, a Stoic philosopher who advocated for women's education and virtue. Her first task of the day involves managing her household, which includes dozens of enslaved people and the operation of her estate. As she reviews the accounts with her steward, she discovers that Quintus, a friend of her husband, has been helping himself to expensive wines from their cellar without permission. In the past, Valeria might have felt flustered by this breach of etiquette, but now, equipped with Stoic wisdom, she chooses to address the issue calmly. She instructs her steward to keep a closer inventory of the wine and to kindly inform Quintus that while he is welcome to dine with them, any wine he takes home must be purchased at market price. By approaching the situation with a level head, Valeria diffuses potential conflict. Midday approaches, and Valeria prepares for a luncheon with the wives of prominent senators. These gatherings are often fraught with unspoken rivalries and thinly veiled insults. Valeria reminds herself of Marcus Aurelius's advice about the nature of those she will encounter, people who may be meddling, ungrateful, or jealous. Yet she chooses to see their behavior as a reflection of their struggles, not as a personal affront. As her guests arrive, Valeria maintains genuine warmth despite the subtle jabs that often occur in high society. When Livia makes a snide remark about her silk curtains, Valeria responds with grace, thanking Livia for her keen eye for detail and inviting her to share thoughts on redecoration. This transforms a potentially hostile situation into a constructive conversation. Throughout the luncheon, Valeria faces several challenges, from Claudia boasting about her husband's political victories to Octavia attempting to pry into personal matters. Yet Valeria navigates these encounters with poise, practicing virtue and refusing to engage in competition or gossip. Later, as she visits the public baths, Valeria overhears unflattering gossip about herself, likely spread by one of her luncheon guests. In the past, such talk would have upset her deeply. Now, recalling Epictetus's teaching, she finds humor in the situation and dismisses the negativity. Valeria recognizes that those who speak ill of others often do not understand them well, which allows her to release her concerns and enjoy her time at the baths. By the day's end, Valeria reflects on her experiences, realizing that Stoic principles have helped her navigate complex social situations with grace, maintaining her integrity amidst the selfish behaviors of others. Character 3. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman senator. As the sun rises over the 7 hills of Rome, Marcus Aurelius, a 45-year-old senator, prepares for another day in the Senate. Despite his high status, he faces numerous challenges in dealing with selfish and ambitious colleagues who prioritize personal gain over the Republic's welfare. Each morning, Marcus reads from his meditations, reminding himself of the nature of those he will encounter. Upon entering the Senate, he is immediately confronted by the self-serving Senator Bassus, who pushes for a new tax law that would benefit wealthy landowners at the expense of the common people. In the past, Marcus might have reacted with anger, but today he sees Bassus not as an adversary, but as a misguided individual. He calmly responds, "Bassus, we must consider how this tax will impact our citizens. The strength of our republic lies in its ability to support all its people, not just a few." Bassus scoffs, but Marcus maintains his composure, employing the Stoic technique of prosoche, the practice of attentively observing one's thoughts and reactions. His calm demeanor inspires some senators to rethink their stance, and by the end of the debate, Marcus has rallied support to amend the proposal, ensuring fairness for all Romans. Throughout the day, Marcus faces challenges, from bribery attempts to public accusations from those threatened by his integrity. In a particularly heated moment, a fellow senator accuses him of corruption, hoping to undermine his authority. Rather than retaliate in anger, Marcus reflects on the nature of virtue and character. He addresses the Senate with clarity, stating, "It is not the accusations of others that define us, but how we choose to respond. I stand here for the principles of justice and truth." The calmness in his voice has a profound effect on the room, turning skepticism into support. Marcus embodies the Stoic ideal of the sage, calm, just, and unwavering in the face of adversity. By choosing to maintain his integrity and refusing to engage in petty disputes, he demonstrates the power of Stoic philosophy in action. As the day winds down, Marcus reflects on the complexities of human nature. He understands that selfishness is part of the human condition, yet through his actions he can influence others and foster a more just society. Bridging the past to the present. Through the stories of Lucius, Valeria, and Marcus, we see how Stoic philosophy equipped individuals across all social classes with tools to handle selfish behavior. These principles guided them through daily challenges, whether dealing with difficult customers, managing social rivalries, or addressing political corruption. In our modern world, the challenges of dealing with selfish individuals remain ever relevant. Let's consider a contemporary example with Sarah, a barista at a busy coffee shop in New York City. Like Lucius, Sarah encounters various customers, each presenting unique challenges. When a businessman cuts in line, demanding immediate service, Sarah remains calm and politely explains, "I'm happy to help you as soon as I've assisted everyone else in line. Thank you for your patience." Later in the day, a customer complains about their latte, claiming it's not hot enough. Instead of becoming defensive, Sarah channels Marcus Aurelius's wisdom, choosing to respond with kindness and professionalism. "I apologize for that. Let me remake it for you right away." Her composed response diffuses the situation and earns her the appreciation of the other patrons. In another encounter, a colleague attempts to gossip about Sarah's friends. Instead of engaging, Sarah remembers Epictetus's teaching about focusing on her actions and thoughts. "I prefer to speak positively about others," she replies, setting a boundary while maintaining her integrity. By employing Stoic principles in her daily interactions, Sarah creates a more harmonious environment for herself and those around her. Like our Roman characters, she understands that while she cannot control the actions of others, she can control her responses, paving the way for a more peaceful existence. In conclusion, the wisdom of Stoicism teaches us that the true measure of our character lies in how we respond to the behavior of others. Whether through Lucius's interactions with difficult customers, Valeria's navigation of high society, or Marcus's steadfast principles in the Senate, these stories remind us that we have the power to shape our experiences through our reactions. Next time you find yourself faced with a selfish individual, consider the lessons of Stoicism. Reflect on what you can control, your thoughts, your responses, and your actions. By practicing these principles, you not only cultivate inner peace, but also set an example for those around you. So, as you step back into your day-to-day life, remember that while the world may be filled with selfishness, you have the tools to navigate these challenges with grace, dignity, and integrity, just as the Stoics did centuries ago.